First up, it's Triumph's TT600. You have to admire Triumph for attempting to take on the Japanese at their own game. The 600 market is very competitive and the Japanese have a very firm grip on it. When the TT600 was launched back in 2000, it wasn't that well received. Bland styling and fueling issues didn't help. The bike was universally acclaimed for its handling, and if it hadn't been for fueling problems, it could possibly have been more successful. Handling is spot on, allowing it to track perfectly around the corners. If the need to stop in a hurry arises, then have no fear, as the brakes on the TT are as good as any others out there. Hi Helen.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good, you've found bike number one.
Yes, I have.
The Triumph TT600. What do you think of the looks of it?
Yeah, it looks quite nice.
Yeah?
Yep.
I didn't know whether you would go for this, to be honest with you, because obviously I think you probably are a bit of an aggressive biker.
I wouldn't say that, no.
Well, what do you own?
A Suzuki TL1000S.
Exactly my point. That's a beast of a bike. A lot of people would hate that. So why do you want to swap then?
Basically, it wasn't the bike really didn't turn out to be the all-rounder I hoped it would be.
Right.
I think a lot of it has got to do with that I don't have enough weight and strength to really get the most out of it.
Yeah.
So the main issue is the handling.
Yeah.
So I'd like to keep with a sporty bike,
Yes.
race rep types, but just a little bit lighter.
Right. Because what do you use your bike for?
Everything really, from commuting to just fun at the weekends. And also this year I'd like to do some track days as well.
I was going to say, do you want to take it on the track? 'Cause that obviously makes a big difference as
yes.
well.
So I'd like to take it on the track, definitely.
Right, brilliant. Well, we need to know what you think to the ride of this.
Okay.
So if you want to get your helmet on, you can let us know what you think.
Thank you.
Okay. Helen is testing a 2002 model TT600 priced at $5,399. Sadly, this bike has never been a top seller, partly thanks to its dull appearance, but also as a result of the press deriding the engine and its performance. Fueling was a little lacking when first introduced, but was quickly sorted out with a fuel mapping adjustment. This made the bike a little more usable, but not up to the standards of its Japanese rivals. Check for regular servicing with all the high revving going on, and also carry out the usual checks for crash damage and outstanding finance. So Helen, the Triumph TT600, what did we think?
I was really surprised because it was great.
You're joking. Because I worried about you, to be honest, on this. Yeah, I know I've been worrying a lot today because it's the power thing. I just thought you're not going to like it.
Yeah, I mean, going from a V-twin to an inline-4, I thought it'd be quite weird and I'd miss all that torque and everything, but it wasn't. It was just really nice, really smooth. It picked up really well. So, yes, it was actually really nice.
Gosh, and the riding position is obviously a little more upright. You looked very comfy on it, actually.
Yes, it was. It's really comfy. The pegs are nice and low, the bars are quite high, so you're not full on right over the tank on it.
Yeah.
It definitely needs a higher screen because of the upright riding position.
Right.
You do get blasted in the head.
Yeah.
So that's probably something I'd change on it.
Yeah. Brakes and everything all right?
Brakes were fantastic. They were really, really strong. Really, really good, definitely.
So you can imagine doing lots of miles on it, but could you imagine being on a track on it?
I'm not convinced because it feels quite soft.
Yeah.
So sort of suspension-wise, it's just almost like Triumph's version of a CBR 600. Quite soft, possibly a little bit boring.
All those CBR riders out there.
I know, I'm sorry.
Well, I think with that, we ought to go to the scoreboards and see what scores you give it.
Okay then.
Okay. So Helen, what do you give the TT for style?
Got to be 7, although I'm not too keen on the colour.
Performance?
9, it handles fantastically.
And practicality?
8, although I'm not too sure about it on the track.
What about reliability?
9, it's British, so it should be good.
And value for money?
I'd give it about 8. I think it's a little bit too expensive for a 600.